Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on. Team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Notre Dame lining up to kick off and get this one started. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense set for a first down play. Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. There have been a ton of nail-biters in this rivalry, and Michigan won a close one last time out.
And you know in this game, you've got to be able to handle your emotions because undoubtedly the game's going to go down to the final seconds. And last time, it was Michigan that was able to pull through.
Yeah, made the plays in the winning moments. And listen, you show those on tape, and the Irish know they've got to execute better down the stretch of this rivalry game.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Back to throw, it's Orji. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. And he's brought down after a huge completion. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. He's looking to throw it. He'll pull it down. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wolverines. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the fantastic 25-yard touchdown run. They're just about ready to kick it away. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. They'll run it from the gun. On the move at the 30. Hit the gas, kid. Wide open ahead. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. To the end. The fake, and he wants to throw. He's got it for the 2. Found his man on the fake, and they take the lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollack.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The deeper into the season we get, the more they win, the greater their confidence that they can finish strong here in the Big 12.
Heck yeah, Reese. The bigger the expectations get, the bigger the consequences get for every single game. So you know this league is tough. You know there's always a lot of points scored. You know there's playoff implications possibly down the road. So this team's got to continue to stay on course and continue to do what they've been doing.
No doubt about it. All their goals still out ahead of them right now in play. The thing they've been really good at doing, outside of just being a talented football team and showing up, is that they've got their head where it needs to be every single week. Doesn't matter who they're playing at an extremely high level, just taking it one game at a time. They got to do it again today.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Wants to throw on first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Klein. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. We talk a lot about Michigan building its offense around the running game, but they've always had an effective quarterback who can make plays down the field.
And I think some people hear effective, Reese, and take that as an insult, right? Like, I don't want to hear about my quarterback being effective. I want him to be explosive. I want him to be dynamic. But Michigan doesn't really have those guys most of the time at that quarterback spot.
A shot toward the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. There's no logical reason these two shouldn't play every year. The proximity, both powerhouses, but squabbles get in the way from time to time, guys.
They sure do, and I think Notre Dame being an independent always makes things tricky and difficult, but at the same time, they're always playing USC every year, David. I'd love to see them schedule Michigan each and every season.
And just make it happen. We've lost so many rivalries in sports because of money, because of conference realignment. We don't need to lose another one.
To the air, it's Orji. He'll pull it down and run. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Michigan! Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and the lead is 6. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Florida managed to avoid being gator bait by scratching and clawing their way to a narrow victory. This wasn't the blowout some had hoped for, but it sure beats the alternative. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. In this rivalry, you could just about write the history of the game. Lockney and Fielding Yost, Schembechler and Holtz, the Rocket and Desmond Howard. So many great moments in this rivalry, which has been played since the 1800s.
So many great moments, so many great plays, great players. And how about the uniforms? Just clean, beautiful, pristine unis.
This is just classic college football. And because of all those names that Reese just ripped off, this game always seems to come down to the final play.
And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that's what you try to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains, to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver shows motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Plows through the defense. They're ripping off chunks of yardage. They get it to the 33.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
On the move, it's Love. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, that's a really good-looking physical run. I'll tell you, when you think of Notre Dame football, too, you think of all the great coaches they've had, Ara Parseghian, Newt Rockne, Lou Holtz. Those guys would love what they're seeing right now. 3 yards in a cloud of dust, wearing the defense down, running the football when they know you're going to do it. This is Notre Dame football to a T. Beautiful.
And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Motion from the offense. With jet sweep pass. Running with power. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deeper because we're not going to give up the first down. We react to the short stuff, and obviously that's a quick, easy pass from the offense. Rally up, make the play, live to fight another down.
And there were some collisions in there, and the D finally stops him short of the marker. And the field goal unit will stay put as the head coach decides to go for it on fourth down. Quick strike complete. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
And they decide to go for it. They decide to be aggressive, try to throw the football down the field. Receiver, quarterback not on the same page. No dice. Turnover on downs.
Wide out in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he finds enough running room, and he's marked down at the 20. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock.
Answers today.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Quarterback will audible. He's going to pass. He's got room. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give him a first down.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
They'll throw it on first down. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with the sack.
And the defense needed that one badly. They're losing in this game. They just gave up a big play, so they finally get the sack, but you feel like they're going to need more than that. They're going to need some turnovers to get back in this game.
That offense having to deal with the last thing you want on first down, giving up a sack as they come up to the line on second down. Looking downfield, it's Orji. He'll try to do it himself. Still running at the 40. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
Get up, get up. Yep, I think that's what everybody says to their quarterbacks after they take big hits like that. He got the first down, but you don't want to make a living taking those backs.
It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The give to the left. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Got his man on the right. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that 1st down. The Wolverines are in the hurry-up. To the ground to try to move the chains. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the 1st down.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those 1st downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in 1st downs. They'll get one, and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple 1st downs together, get one of those long drives going.
To the ground. He's got it again. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Wolverines. And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the 2nd half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the 1st half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Defense showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Finds the tight end. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the 1st down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback...
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. The 1st down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Working that left side. And the defense makes a big hit and knocks him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on third down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Got it! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO, and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. He gets it in. Touchdown, Irish.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Yes, that's one way to ensure there's no return as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback checking off. Looking to go up top on first down. More than enough time in the pocket, and he fires left. Incomplete. They took a shot to wrap up the half and came up empty. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And he takes this from inside the 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. What a great return, and he flips the field to start this drive off, and he just about scored himself. It is so good to have a dangerous return man. Here come the Irish back on offense. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
Line getting set on second down. Quick touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Notre Dame right back to the line. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Past the 30. He's off to the races. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Notre Dame! When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short and he did the rest of the work.
21. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Looking to pass. It's Orji. Using the quick game. Up near the 40-yard line. They'll mark it at the 39 to pick up a 15. Big play to start this drive. Now they'll snap it from the 39. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the right. He's got an open man. Look out, he's got room. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work first and 10. Back to the ground game on the left. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle. It's Klein. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down.
Quick catch on third down. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
You know, the tight end's going to have to do a better job of separating and giving his quarterback a place to go with the football. That time just couldn't create it, and as a result, as soon as he made the catch, he was brought to the ground, setting up fourth down.
Right down the boulevard. It's good. And, guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Central Michigan needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with this crowd there and Mount Pleasant behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Stanford. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this off.
All kinds of running room. The 40. The 30. He's at the 10. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
We didn't have to work very hard on that one. There was nobody in sight as he rips off a massive run.
Sort of a mark of excellence for any back is yards after contact. Well, yards before contact can be sort of a badge of honor for that O-line.
Yeah, let's give them some credit. They got tremendous push getting hats on hats. They made that easy.
They'll go to the fullback. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half.
First and goal, you know what's coming. They know what's coming. Can you stop it? And
it's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. He makes the grab in the end zone. They must have seen something on film as they turn the fake into the two-point conversion. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical in this drive.
Quarterback checking the play. Looking to move it through the air. He fires one deep down the right side.
Man, last week was great for this young man. But, man, again, showing you he can do it at a high level. Just working the whole field, using different guys. He is absolutely on fire right now.
The incomplete pass leaves him with second down. Looking to throw, it's Orji. Oh, he loves to fire downfield.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
At the 33. And the Wolverines will hustle to the line. And they went right back to the well, and that is a big-time answer from the defense after giving up the explosive play.
Yeah, it's a great job in sudden change, right, Reese? You give up the big one, the play before, so you hustle down, you get lined up. You have no idea what's coming next, but great individual effort by the defender to get to that QB.
He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
In the last couple of weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple of games.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Going to try to get it himself. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Touch pass on the jet sweep. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The give on the inside. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. To the air, it's Orji. They're bringing heat. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And I love playing man coverage on the back end, getting those receivers' faces. Don't let them feel comfortable and run zone where they can find all these holes in the zone and my rush can't get home. Pressure them, pressure them, pressure them.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing to ice it by running the football and throwing high-percentage passes.
One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of the spot.
They have the lead in a one-possession game, but they're thinking deliver the knockout blow, but this carries big-time risk on 4th down. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. Touchdown, Michigan! A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the 4th. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Little touch pass to the receiver. Fighting off the defender. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their... Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32. The defense is going to dare them to throw the ball. They know the offense is trying to run out the clock. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. The Wolverines headed quickly to the line. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Back to throw. It's Orji. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Wolverines. They'll try to add another to their lead. And he splits the uprights and pushes the lead to 8 here in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. San Jose State is putting on an offensive clinic. They built a big lead, and this one is approaching blowout territory. They're up by 17 over Utah State. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. If it's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down.
All right, guys, that's not a home run type play, but he did enough there to keep the chains moving.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the run, it's Love. Smashes through the tackle. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And if this offense can keep that going, put together these first downs, like, listen, I love that he stepped out of bounds. I can continue to let that clock stay still, not be in a hurry, put some first downs together, march down the field, because we got to get some points on this drive.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really...
Going for the big play. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Bringing it back. And after the interception, able to get it in plus territory, taking it back to the 41.
What an amazing play by the defense. Not only do you get the interception, but you completely flip the field. And how about the open field running by that guy once he made the pick?
Fast motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed.
He caught it! And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. The clock and the scoreboard on their side as they come to the line, 1st and goal. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Wolverines enter the final minute with the lead. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On 3rd and goal, they'll throw it. Trying to get to it. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Michigan! They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. And the extra point splits the uprights, and the lead balloons to 15. A very efficient 5-way scoring drive. And he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. Not going to get a return here. They'll bring it out to the 25 as the kickoff sails through the back of the end zone. Here come the Irish, back on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? You're going to be a great